Okay, hi. This is Dr. Weinstein. I have a patient with me here, Scott Travers. Scott has been with us 6 months now, and he really had a great time in the office and was kind enough to want to share his story. So if someone is listening to this video, maybe it can give you hope that you could be helped too, because we have a holistic approach, natural approach, and it really works great. And Scott, you came to see us. It's been pretty much exactly 6 months.
6 months tomorrow, yep.
And how'd you end up in our office?
My wife made me come.
How'd your wife find out about us?
She, the CFO of her company, had great success with you guys.
Okay, I don't think I knew that. Maybe I did. What was the main problem when you came in, Scott?
Well, there are a lot of problems. I was overweight. I had blood pressure issues. I had other medical issues. I had a brain bleed, and I had a seizure that I'd never had before. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I think, what's important in hearing this story is that when people have this happening in their lives, I don't think they realize that it's all a manifestation sometimes of just a health problem affecting you in multiple ways. So a lot of people that see us come in, they've got 5 doctors, 5 medications, 1 for each symptom, not realizing the domino effect that happens when you start to lose health. So what we did, Scott, is we ran a ton of blood work on you, probably more than you ever had done before.
It was 18 vials.
18 vials. Dr. Sinagra just had some blood work done on him. It was actually even more than that, so we do follow our own protocols. But what we found on you was that your blood sugar was way too high. There was adrenal involvement. There was, just a lot of different things, from food allergies to cholesterol to inflammatory markers. There was some autoimmune markers. So we found a lot of different things. And what we tried to do is put you on what we call an anti-inflammatory, low glycemic approach to food modification. And we tried to rebuild systems through nutrients that help the body in so many different ways. Now, we ran blood work on you on 3 months. And I remember that your blood work was dramatically better by 3 months. I mean, you just were feeling so much better right away.
Yeah.
And now 6 months later, we just went over some new blood work and it was even more dramatically better. Scott, how much weight have you lost during this process?
35 pounds.
35 pounds in 6 months. Are you starving yourself?
No. The diet is excellent. The diet is fantastic.
It's fantastic. It allows you probably to eat more than you were eating before. You're just eating healthier.
Yeah, well, I haven't had a lot of hunger issues with it at all, but yeah, it's delicious and easy.
I think the problem for people who are on high carbohydrate diets is it creates a situation where you're actually hungry all the time because you lose what's called the satiation reflex, so you crave carbs. So when you start to give yourself proper complex carbs and right amount of balance of carbohydrates, protein, and fat, you lose that and the body feels satisfied.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a history of doing the Atkins diet years ago, 10 years ago. Lost a lot of weight and it put it right back on. As far as it kind of perverted my way of thinking about diet, and I wasn't eating a lot of carbs, but I ate some, and it was high fat, and it was this paleo program is so much better balanced.
I think that is the key.
Healthier.
I think that is the key. Is the Atkins is very extreme and certainly can work, but when you come off the Atkins diet, I think that a lot of people would say that they put the weight back on, as opposed to learning a lifestyle that they can maintain forever.
Which I feel like I'm going to do, and I won't get a kidney stone this time.
That's
like I did
correct.
with the Atkins thing, because that does mess something up.
Now, how's your fatigue and the energy and?
I stopped coffee at your advice 6 months ago and have not had any since. I still have some tea on occasion, but there is no fatigue.
Great.
Ever.
And you're back in the gym, you're hitting it hard?
Every day, yeah.
Every day. And how's your other health problems that you were mentioning before? If you had any problems with blood pressure?
Everything's gotten better.
Yeah. No more seizures, no issues.
Nothing
with
like that, no. Everything's been good. Getting off blood pressure medicine, like 1 medicine at a time. But they've just removed 1 other medicine from that.
That's great. And that's what patients, I think, get worried when they come to us, like, am I going to have to stop taking my medications? And the answer is, we would love you to stop taking your medications.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
it has to be done as you get healthy.
Yep.
And it should be done in coordination with your medical doctor who prescribed it. And they're usually very happy to take you off medications when you're feeling well.
Yes, and I recently saw the MD, and he was amazed with the blood work he ordered as well, because like you said, everything's completely turned around.
That's fantastic.
Everything's looking good.
What would you say to someone watching this video who's having a health problem and is thinking about our office?
I say to anybody that I meet that has a health problem, I want you to go see these guys. because
appreciate
it
that, Scott.
changed everything around. It completely fixed stuff that I didn't think was fixable.
That's great. And again, and I've said this, about other patients that, one of the great things about you and why you got such great results is you really, took the responsibility. We showed you what to do, we teach you what to do, but ultimately it's up to you to do it, and I admire that you did it.
Thank you, Doc. You guys have been great, and I would, like I said, I'd recommend it to anyone.
Thanks, Scott. I really appreciate that. One other thing I'd like to add, Scott, because this was kind of remarkable too. When you came in, you had a very severe skin rash. And again, we don't treat, the things that people have. We try and get the body in a state of health where it heals itself and remove things that cause inflammation, skin rashes.
Yeah.
How long did it take for that skin rash to clear up?
It was like 2 weeks. And this is a rash I'd had for like 6 months. I had been to a dermatologist 4 different times. I had other doctors 3 other times. And I had taken all kinds of medication for it, steroids that made me feel wretched, awful stuff. And within 2 weeks of doing paleo and taking some supplements with you guys, it was completely gone.
Wow, that's amazing, Scott.
It was really, it was amazing.
Thanks for adding that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet.